pussy. Magic pussy. Hey, yeah. Wine and dine me. Private jet me. Yacht day me. Star day me. Designer bag me. Diamond ice me. Brand new house me. Cause I'm a wifey. Magic pussy.
Shout out Meggie, Meg, aka Nutmeg, with the intro music. How you guys doing? Welcome to 2021. We are back with another episode of Do You Mind If I Call You Bitch? My name is Rudy Wilson, better known as Rudy Willy Nilly. We got Meggie Megs. What's popping?
Hello, world. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Instagram, everywhere in between. Welcome back to 2020. I'm your host, Meggie Meg.
Welcome back to 2020.
I'm sorry, 2021. What's the difference, really? What's the difference?
Right. I mean, seriously, yeah. We're still in the same place we were a couple days ago.
Yeah, we're like the 29th, 39th day of December 2020.
Right.
And America is still in the shitter. And, you know, it still sucks to be a Black woman. And it still sucks to be a Black man in America. Because you have the Ku Klux Klan, the Antifa, you had the Trumpsters, all up at the Capitol this past week. The very first week of the year. We didn't even get to breathe the full 7 days. No.
7 days.
No. We went straight into some fuckery. And that's what I'm going to talk about, if that's okay with you, Rudy.
I'm perfectly fine with it. Like I told you a little bit offline, I wasn't even aware of it. Like because I don't even watch the news, and that was one day I happened to not really scroll that much through social media. So I wasn't aware of it. And then all of a sudden I was getting ready to go do like a podcast, and somebody was like, yo, you heard about Washington? And that's when I looked up and seen everything, and I was like, oh, these motherfuckers done went crazy. So
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. White motherfuckers with their Confederate flags and their proud good boys and their Trump hats and their flannels. And did you even get a chance to see the memes that was generated from this time? Like
not many. I've seen the most I've seen was like the new security, like the usher board and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the new Capitol security type stuff, but nothing past that.
You didn't see the Animaniacs one?
Oh, I did. But see, I didn't see her interview or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? So to me, I didn't really,
Lord.
You know, it was funny in the sense of, because I know the Animaniacs and I get what they were doing, but I didn't know about that interview prior to the Animaniacs.
Where it came from.
Right.
It's just some, good old fashioned American grade A fuckery. And, it's just the example of what happens when white privilege is at the, you have the Klan leader in the office for 4 years, and then you stirred him up, and then you're poking the white people. That's what he did. Trump was poking the white people, provoking and shit. And it erupted all over the Capitol Hill. And it was just like a big, massive,
yeah,
America. And as a Black woman, I just couldn't help but sit back and laugh. Honestly, if you want my honest opinion, I was hoping for like an all-out battle, bloodshed, carcasses everywhere. That's what my Black ass was hoping for. But that's not what happened, and that's probably not what's ever going to happen. They intend to pursue this further, and they want to start a war with them. And the thing that gets me so riled up is like, who the fuck is them? Like, who is they? Who is them? Are you talking about the government? Are you talking about minorities? Are you talking about Biden? Are you talking about Kamala? Like, who is them? And that's how I feel about that. And if that's the case, I just, would behoove all Black, brown, and everything in between to strap the fuck up. If you ain't got a gun now, you might want to start looking into getting one soon in the near future, because you don't know what the fuck's going to happen after January 20th. Trump called them motherfuckers down to be there on January 6th, and they were there with t-shirts pre-made. So this was a pre-planned terrorist attack fabricated by the president of the United States, because he lost a fair election where nothing but Black, brown, and everything in between minorities actually came out to the polls and actually voted, because we don't want to live in 4 more years of fucking, this ain't 20s, this ain't the 40s, like
Right.
We want to progress as a nation, but the inbreeds, they just want to stay inbreeded and never prosper and never evolve. But that's just my little spiel on that. And white people suck, they always suck.
I got a question that I've never thought about before, but I thought about it while you were talking just now. Do you think, and it's no right or wrong answer, it's just your opinion. Mm-hmm. Do you think that if the shoe was on the other foot, and let's say that we came in with the upper hand, and whether it was because we had white people as slaves or whatever history was, but basically Black people just say were the 70% of the United States instead of the 30 or whatever we are. You know what I'm saying? Like we were the majority. We were, and we had Black privilege, whatever like that. My question is, do you think us as Black people? Now, granted, you have to erase how you view white people right now and what they've done, because that doesn't exist in this particular thing. We've always had the upper hand. So do you think we would want to then like share power and do the equal rights thing, or do you think we would fight for to stay ahead as well?
I want someone to make that movie. I want someone to make.
Leave this out. Nobody listen. Nobody. We got to edit this out.
Okay. Start on the script. I'll write it with you, but I want this movie made. But I think if
go ahead, but talk about it. Seriously,
I think if the shoe was on the other foot, if Christopher Columbus never made it to the newfound land, if there was a fucking tsunami in the middle of the fucking ocean when the Europeans was coming to Africa,
mm-hmm.
I think we would be sedity as fuck. Okay? I think that, you have to think back to, evolution, white people, cavemen, okay?
Right.
Homo sapiens were cavemen, right or wrong?
I believe so. I don't know.
Too. We're going to Google it. I don't want my statements to be retracted, but we just going to say, okay, that was the first human. The white man was caveman. The white men were in Iceland. The white men were in European. They were in their own capitals, not thriving, right? Whatever the fuck they were doing on their own wasn't working, so they had to outsource onto other people's shit. Okay, when they got to Black people, Africa, they were like, wow, golds, rubies, riches, temples, pyramids. Wow, we want that. So I'm saying that to say we already had shit going on before the white people came.
Right. Absolutely.
We already had shit going on a long time before the white people came. Let's take, for example, they never came to Africa. We were the travelers. We were the globetrotters. We were the one conquering new lands, which we already were. That never stopped. We already did that. Okay. But grand scheme, public information, we're the people we're the conquerors, right? So we get to America. We see the Native Americans. I don't think that it's going to be a slaughterhouse. I don't think that it would have, we would have done as bad as they think, that as bad as white people have, because I just think white people are inherently evil, or they're inherently lacking. They're lacking. Let's just say that white people are inherently lacking in several departments. So we go to America. We meet up with the motherfucking Native Americans. What's up? Hiya, we're bartering, we're trading, and now we're developing prosperous lands from both Native America and Africa. So I think it would. I don't think we would be so malicious, so cruel. This is just my hope. I don't think that's the case, because granted, Africans did have slaves. Africans did, Pharaoh had to let some motherfuckers go. So, that is still the case. It's still a level of power.
Pharaoh had to let some motherfuckers
I'm just saying, Pharaoh had to let the motherfuckers go. So he let them go. It's still gonna be rebellion. It's still gonna be all that. But I don't think it's gonna be that cruel. I think, fast forward back from we're fast forwarding from Native Americans from the beginning of whatever to Black Wall Street. Okay. So you have to look, I think, to answer your question, you have to look at the things that we've had in order to come up with an assessment like that.
But see, I think go ahead. I thought you was done. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say we had everything already. It just got taken away from us.
Right.
So,
but see, I think what shakes things up is because like neither the white people or AKA Europeans or Black people, AKA Africans, were here on North American or South American, soil until all of this whole, slave ship, whatever like that. And that whole, whatever, I don't know the exact timeline, but it was within that, those moments. So what I'm saying is like, to what you were saying, we have to look at, I think, more or less even how they operate now and even then in Africa, and how they operate now and even then in Europe, because that would then be able to, because once again, it's hard for us to fathom. Because that's why, like, even when you was talking, I was looking down at my phone because I was writing down. I really think this is a great movie idea. Like, it's hard for us. It's hard for us to fathom like how we would do it, because like even with Black Wall Street, like anything we've ever done in America has always been from looking at somebody else's back while they in first place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or if not several.
Trying to catch up.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even with Black Wall Street, like that literally, you're talking about one place that, like, especially back then, people would have had to, probably travel horse and buggy or something. I mean, they had private planes, so I guess it was a little progressive than that. But they didn't have the type of transportation we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a much slower time. They didn't have, GPS or whatever like that. Right. Like, so to be able to experience that, if you didn't live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're somewhere else where there is no Black Wall Street. Like, it's just, you got Black Wall Street and everywhere else is just white everything.
Right. People back then would see Black Wall Street as like a Disney World, Disneyland situation.
Exactly. It would only like you going to the strip, like this Bourbon Street or something.
Right.
You know? Right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So no, I that's a very interesting thought. And like I said, it's no right or wrong answer. I don't even expect you to be able to necessarily answer it, with the spot on or whatever, because it's all perspective. Even within making that movie, like we would really have to, because even like with us as like Black Americans, like are we different in reference to like our mindset than if we would have just been born in Africa and then came to America?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Black Americans have no identity.
Right.
They have an adopted identity from white people.
Right.
So all Black Americans ever knew is what the white people presented them. And I even saw something really quickly, like, they had the slave Bible where they omitted goddamn 50% of the Bible.
Right.
So we were trained to be meek, docile, and obedient. Mm-hmm. But what we came from, who the fuck knows? Really? Right. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, because I think we would have it, because like Black people, we already have a natural like cockiness and a natural just say wanting to be seen-ness about us. You know what I'm saying? Like flashy, we gonna wear the, whether it's clothes or jewelry, whatever like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people literally, which is nothing wrong with it, but like if a girl or a guy, whoever, like if they get a new outfit, like you best believe they could have never posted on Instagram for the last 6 months. They're going straight to the gram. They're going straight to the gram because they look in the mirror and was like, oh, this shit clean. Somebody else will see this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I feel like if we already had that, and then, they like, and maybe we wouldn't have been so strict on like the equal rights as far as like schools or whatever, but in reference to maybe like, I think we would definitely do everything we could to keep the power. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
Like let there be like the white version of a Barack Obama. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he not mixed. He just all white. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
There's been nothing but black presidents. We'll be like, eh. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you know, now that we think about it, the thing is, it's such a loaded question because you can't think like, let's say we had 49 black presidents, right? Mm. Will it have gotten niggered out? Will it gotten a little too ratchet? Will it? But then we can't even think that because that's
right,
the people
you wouldn't have known, right? You wouldn't have, we wouldn't have known nothing else. And it would have been white people saying like, man, can the country not be so ghetto? And we would be looking at them like, what do you mean? Make America ratchet again.
We came from motherfucking Africa to make America great. That's what we did. We contributed to this motherfucking country. When we came here, you guys were still in caves. You were in caves.
But then white people get progressive, so now we can't call them cracker. Like that's their word. Right. Like we can't say that.
Like we would have found a much better word than cracker. We would have found like
something that really hurt.
Cassius or Cassie. You're such a Cassie.
You're such a Cassie. They hate that Karen shit.
Karen is the good one. We did well as a
white women who actually are Karens. They hate it. It eats them alive.
Use your middle name, bitch. Use your middle name. That's what I'm saying. Like that's your mom fault. That's your daddy fault. Why the fuck are you named Karen?
No. I wasn't talking about women actually named Karen. I'm saying women who are actually Karens. Like they actually do Karen shit. Like, because I know white women who they also think that the Karen shit is funny. Like they're not one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course.
The ones who are like they hate to be. It's just a Karen. I've seen videos people be recording. Still Karen ass up this. You get out of here. I will call the. He was like,
that's such a racist slur. Bitch.
I will call the. Hey, but so this is actually a pretty good segue. Not so much the Karen thing, but just even the whole the conversation you started with. You know, the crazy white people bum rushing the Capitol, and then even just that
terrorist attack in America by Americans. That is the craziest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead.
This is America. But. And I actually had this question prior to you even mentioning that you wanted to bring this up, but it's actually a very good segue. And this is my question that I have for not you directly, but you as well as all of your black sisters out there. Mm-hmm. So my question in particular, I'm going to ask the question, then I'll get into where this question comes from. So the particular question is this. Why do black women wear European style weave? Now, I don't know much about weave.
Okay.
But this is the best way I could form this question to what I know about it. And so what I mean by, and the reason why I put European specifically, because like I'm not trying to make this about like, you know, an anti-weave wearing thing. It has nothing to do with weave in particular.
Okay.
But I'm asking more specifically about when black women wear it to take away, I'm not saying take away like that, but to basically not wear the nappier, spongier look of hair, but wear the more straight flowing hair, which is more natural to, let's say, a European woman. So I don't have any scrutiny behind this question. I'm just very curious as to why that is such a popular look. And even if you go into colors, whether somebody does the blonde thing or whatever, that's even can be its own thing. But just that whole thing in general, like what's the whole perspective?
Well, it's based off conditioning. Okay, you've been conditioned as a child. Most black girls got a hot comb to their head for Easter Sunday. Okay, most black girls, they didn't had a perm a little too early in their lifetime. And then it wasn't until 15 years later they realized that crack is whack, the creamy crack is whack, and I'm going to chop off my hair off and do the natural shit. And then once they do the natural shit, they realize, oh my God, this is a lot of fucking maintenance for my hair. What can I do to protect my hair, but also be a bad bitch? Oh, wow, look at this wig that I can just slap on my head and carry about my day. conditioning. That's all it's boiled down to. Yes, some Black women have, you know, image issues or like, you know, identity issues. And, you know, the Black girls who have identity issues and Black girls that want to be white girls because their weaves are always stiff, synthetic. They don't move. That it's a fact. It's a fact. Them Black girls who ain't Black always go to the motherfucking beauty supply store in fucking Van Nuys that ain't got not a goddamn Black person working in there, and they gonna get them they long, straight, silky, straight hair, and then 2 days later it's gonna be matted, tatted, and it's gonna look like shit. Now, the Black girls who care about their looks, who invest in their looks, yes, they're gonna buy a $200 straight weave. Why? Because one, it looks good. It looks good. In the era of before the Crown Act was passed, where, you know, you're not discriminated in the workplace based off your hair, you had to wear your hair straight. If it can't go back in a ponytail, it's unprofessional. If it's different colors, it's unprofessional. If it's, you know, doesn't apply to the what is it, the guidelines at work, the dress code or whatever, kids get kicked out of class for wearing their fro. Okay, so based on how we were conditioned from the dawn of motherfucking time, since we got to motherfucking America, they've been trying to get us to act, look, and behave like white people. Okay, so Madam C.J. Walker, she brought out her fucking high iron and made a killing out of selling straight hair looks to Black women because that's what's more professional, that's what's proper, that's what's gonna get you a job. That's what's gonna, you know, benefit you in the long run. But now in 2021, motherfucker, we changing shit. So we don't have to go by these motherfucking European standards of beauty because you know why? Because everybody's natural, okay? And we have acts that support it, and you know, we can't be faulted for how our hair grows naturally out of our fucking heads. It's not our fault. That's how we are, you know?
But is it considered natural? And I'm not talking about anybody specific. Nobody comes to mind specifically, but I have seen this just in passing or, you know, scrolling through Instagram or whatever like that. Is it considered natural if you do wear your natural hair, like you have your natural fro or whatever it is that you're wearing, but then you do then put the European style wig or weave on it? Is that still considered being natural, or are you, you know, well, like at
the end of the day, your hair isn't straight. Your natural hair is still in its natural state. You're just putting, it's like a hat, honestly. It's a hat that you put on your head. Now, girls, you know, obviously they get it sewed in or whatever. Have you seen Bad Hair on Hulu?
With like the horror film with the yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, well, there's that.
but that movie seemed like they were like preaching like against it, like just go ahead and just wear your natural hair and don't try to wear the weave. That's what I took from it. Like they were making the weave the Jason or the Freddy Krueger or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Fucking
like
Dawson's Creek ass was fucking plantation and calling and harvesting hair to sell to Black women, which I thought that was so fucked up. But that just it makes me mad. It is still natural. Like you're not reverting. You're not applying chemicals. You're not harming your hair.
But I'm saying, I get that in reference to your actual hair care. But I'm saying, but in the mindset, because that's kind of like, am I a vegan? You know what I'm saying? Like if I do it sometimes, like I eat, you know, like if I'm gonna eat chicken, I'm gonna eat vegan. But like if it's French fries or I don't know, whatever. If it's, you know, I don't know, Skittles. Well, I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause I feel like with if you're saying like, especially with the whole conditioning thing that you're talking about, you're saying that majority Black women are operating a certain way because of the conditioning. So I feel like if you're the person who's trying to combat that, I feel like you having your natural hair and people knowing you for wearing your natural hair, but then you show up with the European thing, to me, in my subconscious, that's just the same thing everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? Like they got their hair and then they eventually covered up, whatever like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it is, because it's literally like a hat. You can take it off and take it off. You can put it on and take it off.
But I'm saying, but there's a difference between, like, if I wear, you know, a Nike hat or a MAGA hat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, because there's wigs out there that you can throw on that's like a hat that look more African or African American.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying, if you're choosing to get that specific one, that's what I'm saying. I want to make it clear that I'm not talking about. I'm not shooting down weave or wigs. I'm just asking, why is the European look such a popular thing? And even if you're trying to have the natural thing, you still revert back to it. Because, like, for me, and I'll say this and shut up and let you talk. Like, if you get weave, I don't think there's anything wrong with, like, having a hairstyle like you got right now, because you have weave in your hair, but it's not a European look. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it looks perfectly fine, perfectly professional, perfectly whatever. You know what I'm saying?
The thing is, we're constantly playing catch up to European standards of beauty. Gotcha. So it's not our fault. It's not our fault. It's just, you know, what would have happened if we would have came to America first? Would white people be over here buying kinky wigs and trying to look like us? Would they be getting braids?
They're doing that anyway. They're doing that anyway. They thought they created bonnets. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. We're going through a cultural shift, you know. Right. I say that all the time, even with men. It's a cultural shift that's happening in the revolution. It's the revolution.
You are silly.
No, but I stand by that 100%. We're constantly playing catch up. It can all boil down to the question of what would happen if we got here first. We wouldn't be.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, we wouldn't be abiding by European standards of beauty. We'll be abiding by African standards of beauty. You know, Africa's. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but Africa's like one of the largest continents in the world. For sure. So Black people have the right to have big dick energy. Right. You know, if we weren't sold into slavery so soon, or if there wasn't that one nigga that was like, no, I'm gonna cut your head off, like Haiti did in 1804. Okay. Shout out to Haitians.
Shout out to the Zoe.
We're constant. We've been playing catch up for goddamn 500 years now. Right. And right now, millennials, Generation Z, whatever, we're taking the reins on our own power. We're being provocative in our Blackness. We're being unapologetically Black. So that's why I'm gonna say the Crown Act. That's one of the things that I'm hopeful for the future, because like something as little as hair. Like something as little as your hair, the way your hair looks. If you don't look like a white girl, you can't get a job. Right. If you don't come to work with your hair neat, you will be reprimanded because you're not abiding by the dress code. Like it's just the endless playing of catch up, and we living in the future, and everybody gonna be rocking froze. That's all I can say about it.
I would just say this, because I feel like I do understand the problem, and I think it could even get even deeper if you go into just because I've heard some women, they'll even do it because they feel like that's what they man like, you know what I'm saying, or whatever case may be, you know what I'm saying. So like it's instead of wearing just say their thick nappy hair, you know what I'm saying, they would and when I say nappy, I'm not saying it has to be short, it could be long nappy, whatever it is, but I'm saying your natural state nappy hair. As opposed to, the straight, whatever the case may be, so on and so forth. So, yeah, I just feel like this. I from my perspective, I feel like, if you want to wear the European thing, go for it. I'm not going to preach against, weave. It's not that deep to me, but I will say that if you are somebody who either wants to, or even, is on that teetering line of doing the natural thing, or even just kind of just wearing your hair, I would suggest that if you ever do go unnatural in the sense of wearing weave, I would just stay consistent with your African American or African or Haitian or Jamaican or whatever look. I would because the narrative will never shift if like I'm natural until I put this hat on. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you always put the hat on, you're gonna always be playing catch up. At some point in time, somebody got to cut the head off.
That's true. That's true. But let me ask you, as a man, like you just said it, sometimes girls get their hair straight and done because their man likes it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is very true because there are types of men that will talk to you based on how your hair is. And I can ask you, what do you a bad bitch? What's the definition of a bad bitch?
In reference to her hair?
No, just describe her head to toe, including her hair.
Right.
Specifically you. I'm just asking you, not the man. Right,
yeah. I mean, that's still kind of difficult to ask because, like, I'm gonna answer your question, but I want to say this. This is very hard to answer because literally, if I walk down the street and see 10 different fine women, each one of them was then now finer to me than the last one that I saw because every woman is different. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see something on this woman and be like, man, that is and then see something like, oh, no. Now she, you feel what I'm saying? So my mind can always change. But I'll say this. I'm definitely a legs man. Like for me, like legs just drive me crazy. And they don't necessarily have to be long legs, just nice looking legs. You know what I'm saying? Like low key used to be like a track runner back in the day. Not nothing too muscular, but you just got nice legs. And then, I don't mean, for me, like, I like a body, but I don't like nothing super crazy. Like, I don't want no D-size breasts or no, no tremendously just donkey booty. Like, I don't want you to have a butt. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to, like, you raise 6 kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Or can raise 6 kids.
right.
Pop them
out. But I mean, but for me, I just to speak to the hair specifically, and I've always been like this. And even if you don't believe me, you can ask my black mother. I have always said I used to preach against weave like growing up, like when I was younger, when nobody listened to me. But like I felt like I always just liked people for just whatever their natural thing was, whether your hair was short, long, or indifferent. I just did not like weave. But then I grew up, and I just you kind of just deal with it because I mean anybody I pretty much talked to definitely wore it. But like if I had to like choose my ideal wife, my answer to her hair would be as long as you just wear your hair, whatever that is. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if you want to do the weave because of like let me get some braids because we going on vacation, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, yeah, fine. But I'm saying, but just your everyday thing, like I've just never really just been a fan of weave. But that's but I say that with caution because I'm not trying to offend anybody, you know what I'm saying? But my preference, I just, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not big on makeup, I'm not big on none of that.
Natural, you like a natural girl.
Yeah, that's just me.
But we live in 2020 in the age of 2021, sorry. Yeah. We live in the age. We living amongst the Nicki Minaj. We living amongst the motherfucking Cardi B's. Absolutely. Like, and they have. I'm sorry, I've never. Well, when you go, let me say this: when you go to the strip club, you don't see no bitch with a fro.
For sure.
You will not. Maybe you'll find two. Maybe, because I'm in Miami right now, so maybe I will find 2 strippers with the natural hair of some kind. Right. But the typical norm is flowy, hair whippy, all that shit. And there's different types of niggas will talk to you based on how your hair looks. Facts.
No, that's facts.
Most niggas, they will like to approach a girl whose hair is done or well kept. Okay, so if a bitch like me, I'm gonna rock my puff all the time when I don't have braids or whatever. I only put a wig on when it's like a special occasion. So I'm not gonna get the niggas that like, I'm not, for example, I'm not gonna get the trap niggas who like the lace fronts and the 30-inch weaves down to your booty.
Right.
I'm looking for them. Right. They don't want me.
Right.
Now, if you out there watching, nigga, I can wear the lace fronts too.
I can wear the lace fronts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, and that's why I didn't really want to answer because I know my answer is different than because I have friends who fit the build of what you're talking about in the sense of like, you know, the whole hair situation, whatever. So I'm not ignorant to that being the real reality of what Black women are up against. But my answer for myself personally is still that. But I mean, I like I said, I don't know. I personally am the type of person who just walks to the beat of his own drum. And so for me, you know, like I'm not going to say I don't care about what people think because I think we all do. I mean, if you create art, you know, or comedy or whatever, like you care because you want people to laugh, you want people whatever.
You want people to see it.
Right. So I'm not going to say like, but at the same time, I guess I'm more of a person who I'm not bothered if you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want you to like it, but if you don't, that would not make me not do something. You feel what I'm saying? But that's just me. I'm one person. I'm not. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not speaking for the masses.
Well, the masses are sheep mentality. You know, you saw the majority. I said the masses have a sheep mentality. You know,
right.
We only gonna get a few dozen niggas that march to their own drum while everybody's just following the Pied Piper.
Right. But I'm even saying this in reference to a message to women, to any Black women or women of color watching this, that needs to be the shift. Because did you ever see the movie? I think it's called Beyond the Lights. Mm-hmm. It had Nate Parker, I think is his name, and the other girl, she's Black, but she's foreign. I don't know if she has like maybe an African name or something, but basically, she's a singer, and he's a cop who becomes like her personal security guard or whatever.
Oh, I know that movie, and she had purple
hair. Commit suicide or whatever the case may be. But the point I'm making is by the end of that movie, they showed the transition of her
cutting her hair.
Well, she didn't cut it. She just stopped wearing the weave and stuff. She just wore her natural hair, stopped wearing the makeup. She just came out as herself. And granted, that movie definitely went under the radar, but it's a good movie. But if that were to happen with the Nicki Minaj's and the Cardi B's and stuff, Black girls would follow it. They would follow it.
But it has to be everybody got to do it. Everybody got to do
it. And they need to understand, like, it does. You don't have to wrap your hair like a Erykah Badu or whatever the case may be. Like, you literally can. If not, even like I said, and even if Cardi B or whoever gets on stage and wears a weave or whatever like that, if it at least has, like I said, the African American look or whatever, Nicki Minaj, whoever have that, you know what I'm saying, the Afro look, I should say, or Afro Latino, whatever. If it has that type of representation, I guarantee there will be a shift in that whole, because everybody would follow it. But because everybody is following the mold that has been set for female rappers. Like, there's very few Rhapsodies and Queen Latifahs, whatever like that. Like, most girls know, like, yeah, you can spit them bars, but you definitely need to. Yeah. You gotta shake your ass. You gotta be able to show stuff. You gotta wear the, you know what I'm saying? That's if you want to be popping, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because people ain't gonna just listen to you. It's sad, and I think that narrative can shift, but it's gonna have to happen with the people who already have the power. They have to, now that I have the power, okay, now let's shift it. If it's trying to be somebody who don't have the power, you know what I'm saying, it may not be,
I'm going to say Beyonce tried to do that last year in the summertime. Yep. Beyonce tried to give y'all niggas. Beyonce gave y'all some black ass shit. Okay.
Yeah. She does it quite often.
She does it quite often. And ever since, she went, she's her own person. Mm-hmm. She gave us Black is King. She gave us the black wig. She gave us the braids. She gave us fro. She gave us hair. She gave us diaspora. And niggas gon' nig.
Renege
again. I'm gonna put it on the shirt. And that's just all it boils down to. Like, Beyonce is desperately trying to get niggas to wake the fuck up. Desperately trying to get beautiful Black girls to embrace their beautiful beauty, their natural born talents,
but see, sometimes, and I apologize for cutting you off, but sometimes people get lost. To your point of them not going to basically support the Black Kingdom, because I watched it, but like, when it comes down to like art, because even sometimes when I listen to like Jay-Z's lyrics, like he says some really, really conscious stuff. Like, don't, it's whatever his line was, don't die over the neighborhood your mama renting or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but when you're just listening to a song, whatever like that, like sometimes it's easy to miss that message of like, yo, that's us. Like, we really need to stop that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just kind of just go, oh, that's a bar. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But I feel like if once again, if the people who have the power do it, because Beyonce's on her own level, so how she presents her artist is how you're gonna get it. She did it at the Super Bowl, she did it at Coachella. She does black shit. Like she's gonna do it. But like the people who are on a high level but more reachable than her, because you ain't gonna just be anywhere and just see Beyonce at CVS.
Right.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like the people like said, the Cardi B's, Nicki Minaj's, the whoever, the Megs, whatever like that, City Girls, like if all of them.
You ain't never gonna catch a city girl without her lace front. Let me tell you that right now. You will never catch a motherfucking city girl without a motherfucking lace front.
I understand that. You probably won't catch any of them that I just named. But the point I'm making is that if all of them collectively, and I ain't even talking about what they're wearing. I'm just strictly talking about hair. Strictly hair. If all of them found a way to make the hair thing shift from the European narrative to the African narrative, I guarantee you would see everybody, adult and kids, begin to follow it.
Absolutely, but that's just like a button. That's an imaginary button you're trying to press.
Yeah, it can't. But it can't be Michelle Obama. It can't be even like a Beyonce. Like certain people feel like, I mean, you're already, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't. You're already up there. You're already in the heavens. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just whatever. But like people who they still feel like, if I tweet them, they may still, the people who feel like they got that type of reaction, them making that change would be way more concrete than somebody who's qualified.
I agree. It's just, it's just a matter of like, I don't know. Well, let's play into Hollywood, okay? A lot of, so what I see what you're trying to say is like, let's say 1 year, all the girls, all the rap girls, all the dolls, all the whatever just came out, no lace front, no nothing. Now, are you saying you would rather watch something natural beauty, same concept, same raps, same raunchy, same everything, same choreography, same nakedness, but you just want the natural look? Like that's what I'm trying to understand what you're trying to see.
the paint. I'll just say it like this. I'm not forcing anything. The picture that I'm painting is strictly about hair. How the hair change would affect the rest of their outfit, I don't know. I'm not a woman. I don't even know how they put out everything
for too much.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. But strictly about the hair, what I'm saying is if that changed, if anything, I mean, they're so influential. If all of them started speaking French, people would just learn French. You feel me? Is the point that I'm making. So if whatever they do, people are going to follow. And if they made that like, yo, no, we wearing our, like I said, even if let's just say like your hair is too short to whatever, then if you put braids and whatever like that, but it still has the African look. Like, no, we representing our blah 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 blah. Like that narrative will shift. You don't have to necessarily say it in every rap, but you just start wearing it. And if people ask you, why are you wearing that? Oh, this is why. I'm not saying stop talking about riding dick or whatever they want to talk about. I'm just saying, but if you at least, if people see it, they'll believe it. But as long as it's just a Martin Luther King speech, it ain't gonna hit nobody in 2021.
Yeah, no, don't nobody want to hear about I have a dream. Unless the dream is twerking or on a pole or something to that effect. Unfortunately, we live in a nasty nigga society.
Nasty nigga society. Yeah. So this was a good conversation though. I enjoyed it.
I agree. Yeah.
I enjoyed this. Did you have anything else in reference to anything, whether any more angry white people you want to talk about or whatever?
Just white people, and I just want to say something yesterday because I experienced a Trumper firsthand. Well, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad at all. I'm just very sensitive in this climate. Like yesterday, I was at Ross and I was standing in line, and there was a line behind me, and here comes this old white man with a, he was a Trumper because of the tattoo that he got on it. It was some skull, poorly done situation. He just like moseyed on to the front of the line, and he was acting like he was looking at stuff in the front, display or whatever. And then I was like, sir, the line's behind me. And then he was like, he just nodded, and then he looked again. And then the teller was like, next person, and he went. And I was like, excuse me. It's a line. And then I was looking at the teller. I was like, you're just gonna let him? And she was like, oh, he only has one item. And I was like, I don't care. Like,
I don't care if I had 97 items. I was next.
Like, that made me so hot. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm not responding. Maybe I'm sensitive. Maybe it's me. But you know what? It's not. White people be white people all the time, and I'm goddamn tired of it. Okay? We need to stop these damn white people.
Yeah, man. And the first way we're gonna take away their power, we gotta get our black girls and black women out of this white weave. All right.
Listen, let me say something else.
White weave 2021.
Joe ain't gonna make it. Joe ain't gonna make it that long. Joe is not gonna make it. Joe is on his way out.
Before the Secret Service started looking for your ass. I
voted for Joe. But I just don't think he gonna make it. So, the future that we are looking for, the natural hair of the women, it might be in the foreseeable future with Kamala.
Well, it's definitely in our future. But I just think that the people who already are in power are gonna have to be a bit. They're gonna have to believe it before everybody else does. Because I don't think that the world would change before the people who have the influence would change. I don't think I don't think it'll be reversed like that.
Well, no, I think I have to disagree with you because it's currently changing. The world is currently changing. People are passing law that benefits Black people before Congress has even implemented to do so for the entire nation.
No, not like that. I'm saying I don't think that just say like a group of Black girls in Georgia just say we'll stop wearing the weave and then they will be the influence for the rappers. I'm saying like I think what I'm saying, like that's what I meant by the world, whatever. I'm saying like I think that if they believe it and they do it first, I won't say it's impossible, but it's a higher chance if the influencers do it first as opposed to the people who are being influenced try to influence the influencers is what I'm saying.
I get that. I get that. Right. I just want to say something else about the natural hair thing. It's not, I don't want to say it's not easy to style because it is. We can do all kinds of shit with our hair, but some people tend to hit it. Some people can't. Some people don't look good. Some people
I'm not shutting down weave. I'm just saying.
Not like you are.
I just want everybody to look. If you Black, I want you to look Black. If you white, look white. If you Spanish, look Spanish. I just want us to represent the niggas.
Okay, so let me take you back to like 1999 when they was doing the bumps and the humps. And
my mom, French rolls or whatever it was called.
Is that considered European? Because technically, what it is, it's African American hair straightened to look into a style that African Americans created. So,
I understand your question. I don't know because I don't know enough about the. We would have to talk about why do we straighten our hair? Like, is that supposed to give us like I don't need weaves, so my hair just long enough to look like this type of thing, or this is just a straight version of my hair? I don't know. I don't have enough knowledge to.
Okay, well, I'll speak on it a little bit because I got a plenty of knowledge because I'm a Black woman. I'll be getting my hair done for goddamn how knows.
Well, let's save it for a part 2. So we'll come back. We'll come back next week and we'll talk about, instead of just the weave part, we'll talk about the whole straightening the hair part, and then we'll try to do some type of happy medium for the Black women.
That sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, cool. Well, go ahead and shout your stuff out. Let them know where they can find you. Let them know where they can find your music and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. This has been your host, Meggie Meggs. You can follow me on Instagram at Meggums. That's at Meggumz. You don't have to put the at in front of it. It's just Meggumz. You can also go to my YouTube page, Spa. That's MMMSPA. There you will find my original parody about massage therapy. And also you will find my first music video by the artist that I created, the artist known as Nutmeg. And the song is called Magic Pussy, which is in our intro and outro. And that's what you find me at.
Hey. She's lit. Yeah, man. That
was
TikTok. Oh, you were doing that one. I thought you was doing the what is this? The cabbage or whatever that's called.
We TikToking now. We in 2021, baby. Oh, the shoot. Yeah. That one too. Yeah. Anyway.
I like how on TikTok, like people literally be trying to squeeze in their camera. Like they only do dances where their arms can move close to their body. Like you cannot go too wide, or you gonna be. Girls be turning to the side, throwing a little twerk. It be all in one little spot.
Yeah. That's another topic of conversation. Yeah, now we got shit to talk about this year.
Right. Rudy Willy Nilly Wonka for me, man. More importantly, the Chocolate Podcast Network, where you can find all the podcasts, including this one. And I meant to ask you too. I guess I can even ask you here on camera. Did you want to do a separate page? We can do our own page just for this one. Okay, say no more because I didn't. That's fine with me. Perfect. So we're on the same page with that. So
I feel like that's some other work that we don't need to do.
Meggums, Rudy Willy Nilly Wonka, Chocolate Podcast Network. It's the same on YouTube. Do you mind if I call you bitch? We used to post on Saturdays. We're now posting on
Thursdays.
I thought it was Thursday, but I thought it was gonna be wrong. Not posting on Thursday. So every single Thursday, man, you can catch us. We'll have some hot guests coming in periodically. But this season, just me and Meg, we're gonna do our podcast thing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got time to always be asking people about them and their situation because we got shit to say too. You feel me?
A lot of
yeah. So yeah, man, follow us, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. And yeah, man, we'll be back every single week. Until next time, let's get this motherfucking outro banging.
Magic pussy, magic pussy. Hey, yeah, wine and dine me, private jet me, yeah, day me, star day me.